Editor's note: this is part 3 of a series on the latest attempt to bring a CFL team to Halifax. Part 1, CFL in Halifax, a gamble with lots of field to cover. Part 2, Stadium Talks dominates CFL expansion discussion. The Canadian Football League has always fallen short of a true national identity. Coast to coast it's easy to say, said Randy Ambrosie, named the league's president in July. This is part of our inclusion strategy that has been missing. Not having that final piece of the puzzle, to a degree, makes us kind of incomplete. A franchise on the East Coast would complete Ambrosie's puzzle, and the commissioner sees that last piece coming from a bid by a trio of businessmen to bring an expansion team to Halifax. Having a chance over the years to visit the Atlantic provinces and to get to know the people, I can say without hesitation that this would be one of the great accomplishments of all times. To see that 10th team, I personally would like to see it happen. An ownership group called Maritime Football Limited could hold the missing piece. We're paying McGuinness Cooper out of the Halifax office to do all of our legal work, a variety of things, incorporating our new holding company into things like trademark searches, working with various government-related people, and then, of course, continuing discussions with the city and the province, said Anthony LeBlanc, the former president and chief executive of the Arizona Coyotes of the National Hockey League and one of the trio of businessmen behind Maritime Football Limited. The other aspect is working very closely with the league itself, going back and forth with Commissioner Ambrosie. It's kind of the first phase of what a conditional expansion franchise would like and allow us to really go out and gauge the market and see what the support is going to be like. Ambrosie said there are a series of steps that must be followed. Granting of a conditional franchise and ultimately a franchise is part of the process, Ambrosie said. What we have done is made it clear that we are going to work with them and them alone. The most important thing we want them to know is that we want to help this group. They've shown the initiative, they are gentlemen of high character and great reputation. The men who make up the Maritime Football Limited ownership group are LeBlanc, Bruce Bowser, a Halifax native who is president of AMJ Campbell Van Lines, and Gary Drummond, a businessman from Regina who was president of hockey operations with the Coyotes during LeBlanc's tenure there. There are all kinds of things relating to the business model that we will be sharing with them as we go through the process, Ambrosie said. We've given them a high-level overview of what those requirements will be. We've made it clear that the business model has to be accretive and positive for the other 9 CFL teams. We want to build the business and grow our league, so we've shared that with them at a high level. That includes all kinds of things, including franchise fees and revenue sharing and all these other parts of our business model that we've spoken about. We haven't gotten into such detail with them because, on a very high level, a very important part of this puzzle is the issue of can we get a facility in place, one that would be great for the Canadian Football League but one that would help Maritimers from the entire region to attract major national and international events.